Let's not mess around. You all know what an HM-2 is, you know what it sounds like, and you also know there are many inspired by variants on the market. Now, I've become the guy for HM-2 pedal demos because I'm one of the few who truly appreciates and understands its disgusting sound and the music it's best associated with. My words have even featured on a Swedish television programme about early death metal pioneers and how they achieved their sound. An infamously disgusting and repulsive distortion pedal nicknamed the Swedish Chainsaw due to its prominent grinding usage in early Swedish death metal. I mean, not to shag my own arse or anything, but when it comes to the Swedish Chainsaw, people tend to listen to what I've got to say. Lichtlaerm Medusa is the latest in a long line of chainsaw imitators to come my way, and it finally offers some features that everyone keeps complaining other HM-2s just don't have. Namely a noise gate to silence that fizzing hiss from the insane amounts of distortion, and a blend control, allowing a mix of chainsaw and dry signal to leave the pedal, giving us a taste of chaos without completely overpowering the character of the amplifier distortion beyond. Medusa even provides connections to loop another pedal into the dry line to parallel blend between distortion types if you're going into a clean amplifier. Just like any HM-2, the true magic lies in the obscene signal level this pedal can kick out. The Medusa goes so far as to triple the output level as compared to the Boss original. Low and grind represent the same frequencies as the low and high colour mix controls of the Boss unit. Maxing out these controls and pushing the level will provide us with the classic suspension bridge EQ curve, which is the fingerprint of the HM-2's grinding goodness. Switching into modern modifies the gain structure and the frequency response to a more mature flavour. But really, where's the appeal in that? The high-mid nasal quality of grind screaming out constantly while the low-string fundamentals are enhanced for chugging by low is what makes the Medusa perfect for down-tuned, fast-picked melodeath riffs. Combining this grinding aggression with a heavy, more mid-scooped rhythm track will provide a lethal wall of sound for Gothenburg death metal. Look, I know the chainsaw is more commonly associated with Entombed and the Stockholm sound, but I'm implementing a narrative device called foreshadowing. As is tradition, you'll be hearing some at the gates later in this video. Additional controls help us refine Medusa's sound for an easier time in the mix process. A presence control rolls off some of that high frequency fizz which can often dominate distortion, and a semi-parametric mid control ranging between 200 and 700 Hz can help us cut out some low mid frequencies if required. All of this combined with Lichtlaerm's cut control, which rolls off low frequencies prior to gain staging, all helps to finesse the untamed aggression into a sound still wild but magnificently mix manageable. To demonstrate how well this works in a recording context, I prepared the latest in my one-man re-recording of At the Gates' 1995 album Slaughter of the Soul, one song and one HM-2 pedal at a time. Here, one guitar is recorded with a tube screamer going into the TC dual rec for a heavy, slightly scooped backing, while the other guitars see Lichtlaerm Medusa blended into the Marshall-style gain channel of my Victory Kraken. And now let us dream of a new disease as our souls grow cold.
Burning cold, now let the final darkness fall. 2 years of pain, and I can feel this closing in. The will to rise above, tearing my insides out. I feel my sorrow cold, only the dead are smiling.
Absolute fucking savagery, which I must communicate was the easiest yet to get the sound dialed in perfect. That parallel blending allows much more of the amplifier's original character to shine through, and those additional controls cut out the messy parts of the signal, which I'd usually be trying to filter out with post EQ, and didn't have to even think about with this mix. Getting your tone before recording and having less to do in post-production is the dream that Medusa makes come true. For some isolated sounds, I'm going to use a Medusa in the classic combination, directly boosting into an already distorting Marshall-style amplifier. That's going to give us those classic 90s melodeath sounds that we heard in the mix. Then I will try running the Medusa into a clean amplifier with a different distortion pedal in the blend loop to see what we can get with different types of distortion blending with the HM-2. If any of this has interested you in checking the Medusa out further for adding some chainsaw tones to your death metal project, then you'll find links to this pedal in the video's description. Don't forget to click all of the buttons you're supposed to make this video viable to the ever-changing whims of the YouTube algorithm. That's all for now. Keep it loud and stay safe. If only I could find myself a snake-haired woman to turn me to stone, then my life would be complete.